The Ecep Alliance is a collective impact network started in 2012 to support broadening participation in computer science education across states. Ecep is really focused on changing the systems that have historically excluded certain students from computer science education, not simply impacting the individuals who are in the systems. And so that's why we're building the capacity of these state teams to change policy, to change funding structures, to actually train teachers to recruit a more diverse range of students in their classrooms, and to support administrators so that we're actually changing the entire CS education ecosystem and not simply trying to fix people instead of fixing systems.
The Ecep Alliance plays a pivotal role by leveraging data-driven approaches and a deep understanding of the state-specific context, policies, and practices to address those issues and providing computer science for every student.
We've held 4 advocacy summits to talk about specific challenges and bring in experts. Because we address different advocacy angles at each summit, we get different people that have since the summit reached out to us about partners and resources and other strategies based on things that they experienced. So every advocacy summit helps our network and our community grow.
All the states in the Ecep Alliance are dealing with similar trials and tribulations. So by collaborating and learning from what others have done and their successes and challenges, we've learned what to advance, what to skip over, and how to make things better in our state.
The Common Metrics Project, that's a really critical piece because it's really developing that evidence base that speaks to the issues, right? So we talk about broadening participation, making sure that underrepresented students experience the same outcomes in terms of education and professional growth or access to higher education.
In our state of Hawaii, the way we used our landscape report was to take a look at the breadth and the differences, variation across our state. So we were able to really dig into the data to see where we needed more teachers, a little more support in the schools, and to see which students we wanted to maybe uplift a little bit more to say, hey, you can do it.
In order to talk about computer science education in Puerto Rico, we have to talk about Ecep. Because of the influence and the guidance and the financial support of Ecep, we were able to create the initial stages for computer science education in Puerto Rico. We're not fully there yet, but we know what we need to do to get it done.
The role of community colleges is to create advocacy, to recognize the strengths and the gaps that exist between the transition of a K-12 to college, but also to recognize the importance that exists between the workforce that is trying to help us to recruit professionals that we generate in computing.
Ecep Alliance, it's an organization that's over 10 years old. Alliance is a really unique investment for Google. It allows us to do is reach students across the U.S. at once and in a way that's sustainable and lasting. Ecep had a proven track record of success before Google came to invest in.
We have representatives from higher ed, from coalition buildings, and from policy, but we're also looking at different identities. So we get voices of women and Black and brown and indigenous folks. We want to bring in the perspective of LGBTQ students who are English learners. Everyone within Ecep has something valuable to add, and Ecep becomes a place where we feel safe to share those experiences, but also that we all have something to learn from each other. We all have something to teach each other. Integrate all of them into a more powerful coalition that advances equity in computer science on a statewide level.
What we're doing within the Ecep Alliance community is energizing, empowering, and having a real impact within each state. There are many ways you can get involved with our work, and we encourage you to check out the website to learn how.